Hi guys, welcome back. It's Trina. I am so sorry that it's been forever since I've seen you guys, and don't mind the glasses. I dropped one of my contacts down the drain. Before we get started, please make sure you like and subscribe if you like everything makeup, because, you know, that's what I do. And today, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I've just missed wearing makeup. I haven't been to work in 2 weeks. With all the shit going on, we're on quarantine. So I've decided that with all the time that I have, I might as well make videos, right? And I apologize for that last video, my St. Patrick's Day look. It was fighting me to upload and to edit. Like, my phone was just crapping out, and I'm wondering if it's because everybody's at home, so we're all using the internet or what's going on, but I apologize. So I'm just gonna let, like, my brain go and go and go and figure out what look I'm going to do today off of that. I do know what palettes that I'm going to use, but other than that, don't know what colors or what kind of style, so I'm going to let my creativity just go. If you see me kind of looking down, that's because I'm trying to keep the glare off of my glasses, and when I take my glasses off, I'm going to be super fucking blind. So just a forewarning, if I'm like really close to my mirror, that would be why. Let's get this look started. First things first, I do want to do my eyebrows. I'm going to do them off camera really quick just because I'm actually in the next couple of days going to do a video on how I do my eyebrows and the products I use and everything. And I kind of feel naked because I haven't even worn eyebrows in the last like 2.5 weeks. So let me do that really quick and I will be right back to continue with the look. So my eyebrows are done. They're not the best right now, but I'm going to clean up underneath and, you know, do the concealing part really quick just to clean them up and fix it. It's hard to see, like, I'm really literally blind, and so the mirror is really hard to see, so I got to try to figure out what I'm going to do to prop my mirror up so it doesn't glare off of my face. I know I said that I was going to pull my camera up. I dropped it down because if I look too close, it's going to reflect off my face, and I'm hating it. And putting the white background has helped a little bit because of my skin tone. But I am unable to change the white balance on my camera because of how old the camera is, and I use my selfie camera on my phone. So I'm just going to leave it like that. You guys are going to see me play with it a little bit throughout the video. I know I've been using my Juvia's Place concealer lately, but I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape in F.A.R.A.H, and I'm gonna, oh man, I cleaned all my makeup brushes, so they're nice and beautiful now, and I'm so excited to use them because I haven't used them yet. But I'm gonna use my normal flat definer brush by Luxie, and then I'm just gonna clean my eyebrows up really fast. I think the hardest part about doing my eyebrows now is I haven't tweezed them in a while. Time to blend them out. I clean my beauty blenders too, so it's nice and clean. It's actually pink now. I've got to put some setting spray on my sponge. I usually use dry ones, but since it's so clean, it's way too dry. So I'm just using my Nicole Miller setting spray. Wet that down a little bit. All cleaned up, nice and good to go. Now I'm going to figure out what colors I want to do. I know the palette that I'm going to use is my 39L Hit the Lights palette. I know I've kind of been using the same palettes lately, but I'm trying to figure out which fun looks I can do, you know? I think I want to do red. I hardly ever do red looks. I stick to pinks and purples, but I think I'm going to do red because there are some really great reds up here on the palette, and over here's a good red. But yeah, I think I'm going to stick to these top 3 and this bottom one. Maybe use a little bit of pink, maybe, to do some blending. Or some brown, or who knows. Alrighty. I really don't know what I'm going to do. I like doing this because usually I have something set up and ready to go, and I like not having a plan. First things first, today I'm going to use primer on my eyes, of course, like I always do. I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Primer Plus. I got this in an IPSY bag, and I forgot that I had it in my makeup bag. I'm going to put a little bit on my eyes. Like I said, I like to use different products Not because I'm indecisive, but because I want to make sure that you guys know what kind of good products are out there. And I'm not sure if you guys get any makeup subscriptions or anything like that. So for me to get them and get new stuff every month, and they're actually starting to allow me to pick a product each month, so I know what at least one product that I'm getting. So this is help you guys to go out and see, you know, what works. And if it doesn't work, then I can tell you if it's shit or not. This primer is like jelly but cream. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like my base tape primer, but since it's a liquid, I do have to, you know, let it dry and soak in. So that is dry. Now, bear with me guys, since I'm not 100% sure on what I'm going to do. So the first color that I'm going to use is called Serve Looks. And it's so funny because this part of the palette, there's different parts. This is called Code Red. That's what it says. It is this darker red color. And I'm going to pack that into the corner of my eye, in my crease. Hold on, you guys. I've got to get a small mirror because I can't fucking do this. I can't see. I thought I was going to be okay with it, but I can't see. So I will be right back. I got a 2-for-1 deal. I grabbed my BH Cosmetics Zodiac Aries palette. It's a little tiny, cute little palette. I love these. I have almost all of them, which I've talked about in like my first couple of videos. But I also am going to use one of the colors in here. Like I was saying, I'm going to go in with that darker red into my crease. And I'm using my Morphe M321 brush like I always do. And then along the edge, I am going to blend it out too. The way I'm blending it out is I'm just going to take my little 321 brush and just go back and forth a little bit to kind of blur that line. Didn't realize how hard it was going to be to do my makeup with no glasses on. I'm going to use my eye shader brush to pack a little bit more in. Then I'm going to use my little medium blending brush and kind of blend that out just a tiny bit more. I'm going to use as a blending shade this like pinkish red color in my Zodiac palette. Going in with my M321 brush again and tapping it on. And with my medium little blending brush. I do want to take a little bit more of that darker color and put it on my crease here and kind of build it up a little bit. Don't know if that's the right term, but I'm putting more on top of it. Blended it out way too much when I blended it. I'm just taking my M321 and I'm blending everything in. And right now, I'm not really worrying about the messiness of down here, like it's way too far down and I don't like it. I'm just worrying about blending this top stuff in. So I think what I'm going to do is a little bit of a cut crease because I found a really pretty glittery color and I want to put that on. So of course, using my Tarte and my flat definer brush. You guys are going to see this palette, this little one, a lot in this video just because I'm using the mirror in it. It looked like I was eating hot Cheetos. Totally messed up the crease line and I'm kind of pissed about it, but I'll fix that in a second. So I'm going to take some of the color Hot Stuff out of my Hit the Lights palette. And it's this middle red color. And I'm just going to put that, like, blend it into my concealer. And I think I'm going to use my Morphe X Jeffree Star JS11 brush to do that. So the way that I'm doing that with the blending is I'm going to take this brush, use a little bit of that Hot Stuff, And then I'm just going to kind of go back and forth a little bit on that line. I'm going to clean it off. And then I'm going to take just the tip and pull the concealer over. I'm just taking my flat definer brush, and I have a little bit of concealer left on it, and I'm just kind of adding just a little bit more. I put too much red on there. I'm going to set my, obviously my concealed part with my Perfect Finish HD powder. My E.L.F. one, obviously. This one has a little mirror in it, so I'm just going to use this. I'm doing a little bit more blending. The way I'm doing it is I'm tapping it on more over here and then blending it over like I did with the concealer. I just, you know, pulled it over a little bit. So the color that I'm going to use, I saw it when I was looking at this palette, is called Love Bomb. And it's this glitter right here. This silver one. Look how pretty that is. I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to use my eye shader brush so I have kind of like a point, because it's kind of pointed at the end down here. And I'm going to do that and kind of go across my crease. Well, I mainly meant go across this line, my concealer line. And I'm going to use my flat definer brush to make a harsher line. If you get this palette and use these pigments, be very careful with the softer pigments on the corner of your eye. By softer pigments, I mean these glitter ones. The ones that I was saying are like gel. Be careful with them because since it is glitter, there is going to be fallout. Pulling it over just a little bit to diffuse that line. Just kind of tapping it on with my finger to kind of press that in. Take a little bit more of that red, that Hot Stuff red, and put it on here. I want to diffuse that a little bit more. Of course, right when I get finished, my eye starts twitching. I want to take my Morphe X Jeffree Star JS13 brush, my little pointed brush. I want to take and make a little bit of a line over my cut crease, put a little of this reddish color on that, so then it's not just like red, 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 and then stops right here, you know? Then I'm going to take my M321 brush and blend that out. I want to use a fluffy brush. I'm going to use my JS9 pointed fluffy brush. I want to buff that a little bit because it's kind of bold. I did put a little bit of this red color on it, so I didn't take away any of what I have on there. I'm going to blend the rest of the main part of my smoky eye. And I'm kind of taking it down. Okay, let me get rid of this. I'm using my little kabuki brush. And this is the eye look. I can't see. Let me look. Oh. Pretty cute. I'm going to finish my left eye off camera, and then I will be right back so we can do the face. Alright, you guys, here's the finished look. I really like it. I really like this glitter too. It goes on really, really well. Yeah, there's some fallout, but compared to most glitters that I've used, it's not like all down my face. It's just right underneath my eyes. I can clean that up really easy. I mean, I normally don't do reds because they are very vibrant and like in your face, but I really like it. Onto the face. First things first, what I'm going to use is, it's called Keep Your Balance Toner. It's the E.L.F. I'm going to use a toner because I used to use one back in high school, and with how oily my nose and my forehead gets, I feel like this is going to help set my makeup a little bit. Normally I would use a cotton ball, but I don't have any. It has a tiny bit, most toners have like that alcohol kind of smell. It does a tiny bit, but not very much at all, actually. And this stuff says with hyaluronic acid, aloe, and witch hazel, which I know witch hazel is really good for your face. Use a cotton pad, apply toner to a clean, dry face. Well, I'm actually not going to use moisturizer today. Normally I'd use moisturizer, but since I'm going to use my IT primer, it has a moisturizer in it, so I'm going to use that. Crap, there I go. I had glitter all over my hands, and I just spread it all over my face, darn it. You know what? Whatever. I wanted a nice glittery face anyways. So I am still going to use my Master Prime, my redness primer, because, you know, with the redness, and I'm going to use my little green beauty blender, because, you know, green with green. That's actually when I bought them. That's, like, they came in a pack of 3, like I've said, and there was a pink one, a green one, and I think a purple one, and the pink and the green were for color correcting primers, so I'm going to use it for its intended purpose. The saddest part about cleaning my beauty blenders and my brushes was the fact that this beauty blender kind of got ripped up on one of the sides. But I have more, so I'll use this till it dies. I was just surprised I got them so clean. Like, look at this. It's like brand new again. Brand new, brand new. So first things first, what I want to do before I do my makeup is I did want to put on eyeliner, so I'm going to do that really quick. I'm using my NYX matte liquid liner. Eyeliner is done. It's not the best. My left eye, I suck at doing makeup on my left eye. I think the reasoning is because, like right now I can't see. So usually I'm farther back, so I can be back here and doing my makeup instead of right here doing my makeup. So, now that I'm done with my eyeliner, we're gonna move on to the face now. The moment you've all been waiting for. Concealer, of course. Weird thing is now that I'm on quarantine and not putting makeup on ever, my face is breaking out more than it normally would, which is so weird. So before I use my beauty blender, I am going to spray it with my setting spray. I normally don't wet my beauty blender down because I just always use a dry one. I've tried using wet ones, you know, putting stuff on them, but for some reason I've never liked it, you know. It just doesn't work for me. My Fit Me powder, my beautifully clean brush. And of course my HD powder to do some highlighting, well, baking. I'm going to use my normal bronzer, my What's the Tea bronzer. Actually, you know what? So today I'm going to use a different bronzer. I am going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. I've had this thing for years. It was like my very first expensive palette I bought. But I'm going to use this middle shade. Now you guys all know the next step. Now blush. I'm scared to open this blush because like I said, every time I open this, it's more broken. I just need to do that alcohol trick. Alrighty, you guys. Before I put my highlight on, I do need to set my face. My setting powder. I never pointed the right way. Use a little bit of mascara, which I'm going to go out and try to find those little tiny fan brushes because I keep seeing this trick to put mascara on your bottom lash. You take a little fan brush and I don't know if you use mascara or what, but you put it on there and then put it on. But I'm using my Betty Boop X IPSY Blink and Wink mascara, my little Betty Boop one. So the highlight I'm going to use is called Hot Date. It's this lighter silver color right here. I use that in the corner of my eyes. Not sure quite yet if I want to use it on my face itself, but we will see in just a second. I'm using my rose stem brush. Gonna take this my little tiny brush and blend out in between the highlight and stuff with this pinkish reddish color. Just doing the finishing touches, finishing blending, making sure everything looks good. The color that I'm going to use is called Halo Effect. It's this one. Not the small one. It's this big one right here. I'm just going to use that as my highlight with my Slmissglam, the W07 small contour brush. Alrighty. Look at that highlight. I really like the contour because it's not too much. It's almost the same color as my What's the Tea palette, actually. Which is crazy because I love my What's the Tea palette and I haven't used my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette in a long time. Literally probably since I was in beauty school a couple years ago. Almost 3 years ago is the last time I've used it. So now I'm going to figure out what lip color I'm going to do. If I want to do something bright and vibrant red like my eyes, or if I want to do a more nude tone. Let's see here. So the color that I'm going to use is called Nudist Peach. And it is my Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. I haven't used this one in a while. Alright guys. that is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate you taking your time out of your day. Like I said at the beginning of the video, do not forget to like and subscribe. Send the video to somebody, send people over to me, and most importantly, turn on your notification bell. If you want to know when I'm putting up videos, you gotta turn it on. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, day, weekend, whatever. And don't forget to eat without regrets. Love you guys. Bye.